An object moving at 3.2 meters per second directly towards a wall bounces off at 2.4 meters per second after striking the wall. Find the coefficient of restitution for the collision between the object and the wall. Yes, Kafui.
The coefficient of restitution is 0.75.
You're right. Presbyterian boys. The coefficient of restitution for the collision between an object moving at 5.0 meters per second directly toward a stationary object is 0.80. Find the velocity after the collision of the incoming object if the stationary object takes off at 3.6 meters per second after the collision. Otumfo.
7.6 meters per second.
That's incorrect for bonus. The right answer is negative 0.40 meters per second. Techman. An object bounces off a wall at 5.0 meters per second after striking it directly. Find the incident speed of the object if the coefficient of restitution for the collision is 0.5. Yes, Joseph.
10 meters per second.
Yes. Preamble. Find the area of a rhombus having an angle of 60 degrees if... Did you get your preamble? No response means yes, you got it. Okay, so now, Swedro, a side has length 10 centimeters. Yes, Kafui.
Okay. 50√3 centimeters squared.
Yes. With the same preamble, Presbyterian boys. The shorter diagonal has length 20 centimeters. Otumfo.
200√3 centimeters squared.
Yes, you are right. with the same preamble, Techman. The longer diagonal has length 20 centimeters. Joseph.
200 root 3 centimeters squared.
That's incorrect. Apart from provision of support, mention only one function of a plant cell wall. All right, so Swedro, first choice. Yes, Kafui.
Okay, so the cell wall gives the shape of the cell. It gives it a rigid shape, fixed shape.
I'm not going to accept it. So I move on, Presbyterian boys. Yes, Otumfo.
So the plant cell wall helps in the movement of substances into and out of the cell without resistance.
I'll give you 2 out of 3. Techman. Samuel.
Okay. The plant cell wall prevents the entry of substances. It controls the movement of substances such as pathogens into and out of the cell.
I'll give you 2 out of 3. Okay, so what kind of answers was I looking out for? So the first one is it helps it to withstand Tegel pressure. Okay, so Tegel pressure is a force exerted against the wall as the contents of the cell push the plasma membrane against the cell wall. Okay, it's not that close to the shape that you were talking about. You could have done a better job. That's why I didn't give you anything. All right. Regulate growth. The cell wall sends signals for the cell to enter the cell cycle in order to divide and grow. Did you know this? Isn't that interesting? Yes, then it also helps to regulate diffusion. The cell wall is porous, allowing some substances, including proteins, to pass into the cell while keeping other substances out. It's not without resistance as all substances. The way you presented it was not complete, but it's along these lines. That's why I gave you 2. All right. Then communication. The cells communicate with one another via plasmodesmata, that's pores or channels between plant cell walls that allow molecules and communication signals to pass between the individual plant cells. And then protection. This is the one you were trying to tell me, but not completely. So the cell wall provides a barrier to protect against plant viruses and other pathogens. It also helps to prevent water loss. I'm lumping all of that together. Okay? And then for storage, the cell wall stores carbohydrates for use in plant growth, especially in seeds. A lot to learn.